Hi again! Oh, look at that, a more edited video. Kumerai must have found a solution. Okay, quick catch up for those of you who missed the video last night. My Adobe Premiere Elements 12 has been my software for editing videos for some time. And recently it's just decided to die. And I don't know why that happened. I've done literally everything today to try and fix it. So there's nothing that can be done about that. That can't be saved. Now, when this happened, like, it was this giant snowball effect of stress, just wanting to fix a video and then realizing I couldn't, and then just seeing the work I had done on it gone. I was very upset, and I needed you guys to know about the situation, so in the case that I couldn't come up with a solution, you understood why no more videos were coming out, basically. So, no, Adobe Premiere Elements 12 is not fixed. I have no idea what's going on with it still, and I'm probably never going to use it again. The reason you guys are seeing this video is because I signed up for a free trial through Premiere Pro, which is what I'm going to be using to redo my collaboration with Mr. 96. It's very different. I'm still learning. Don't expect that to be a quick thing for me to do. I'm still not completely sure what I'm doing. But, yeah. I decided that I needed to finally buy Pro for real. Premiere Pro, I should say, and the reason why I never did was because I always had Premiere Elements 12, so it would just be a waste of money to buy something that I just didn't need. And now, since I need it, I also figured that I'm probably gonna buy the entire creator suite of Adobe along with it. This way, I'll have a software that works, and I'll have other tools that I can use to improve videos, and aside from that, I'll just be able to have a software where Adobe will actually be able to help me, since really the only information I could find about any of the previous Premiere Elements before Element 19 is the community forums. And I couldn't find anything relating to my problem. I couldn't call Adobe. I couldn't send them an email. That I don't know why it's set up like that. But that's all out of the way now. I wanted to thank all of you guys for supporting me, for just the warm-hearted messages and the support I saw when that happened. That it made me feel a lot better, and I hope that I can continue to deliver greatness, even though this is still kind of new to me. I was very surprised at how dauntingly different it was between Premiere Pro 13 and my Premiere Elements 12. But that's beside the point. That's the good news. I will have things back in order. I will get that collaboration with Mr. 96 out. There's just one thing that bugs me about this whole situation. You see, in order to redo everything, this cuts into the time that I could be working on top 20 ranked for fall. And I said I'd be doing it for last week's top 20. So I'm not technically in the mood to cancel that. So, yeah, I'm not skipping it again, so let's go through everything real quick. 6 tiers, shit to grade, ranking system to determine quality of the charts overall, and finally, of course, the link to the top 20 I'm talking about will be in the description below. Now, because I'm doing this vlog style, this is all very unscripted. I apologize for any stammering. I'm going to keep my rankings very brief also, because, you know, there's no script. Another thing that's going to be different is that the static is going to only be separating the tiers. The actual separation in the individual songs will take form in pauses, just complete pauses, blank screen, and with the name of the song and the artist next to its according rank. Or however I choose to format it. I don't know. This is still new to me, and I'm still experimenting with fonts. But, yeah. Top 20 ranked. Surprise! And let's get started. I feel like I was tempting fate in a way. In case you didn't know, my other collaboration with Mr. 96 this year was our review of 9 in the Afternoon by Panic at the Disco, a song I gave a 7 out of 10 to. And yeah, it is a 7 out of 10. It's a good song. However, in that video, I pointed to Emperor's New Clothes as being the prime example that Panic at the Disco are fantastic with just their one frontman leading it, whereas in comparison to someone like Maroon 5, they got miles on. And the thing is, I do like Death of a Bachelor, but Pray for the Wicked, at least the cuts that I've heard from it, sound like it's trying to be that album, but without any of the, I want to say, playful experimentation that Death of a Bachelor had. It was a very different direction, and they were, Brendan Urie, I should say, was just playing around with it. At least that's what it felt like. This, on the other hand, sounds like it's trying to be loud for the sake of wanting to be loud in the hope of catching your attention, like Believer did last year, and no, I refuse to get along with that. Also, the chorus is hell, so yeah. Moving on. I think everyone and their mother has very mixed results on how they feel about this single, but I'm gonna say it now. The only reason it got as big as it did was because of how it blew up with all the controversy. I remember looking in the comments section for the God is a Woman music video and just finding these Christian radicals, tearing the song apart. How dare you defame the name of the Lord when... Really? The first 10 seconds would have told you that this song is not really about God. It would also tell you that Ariana Grande doesn't really believe that God is a woman. And if I could state something controversial here, this song, for an Ariana Grande single, is incredibly dated. It sounds like something she would only do in frickin' 2018, and I'm not going to apologize for that. Like, yeah, the chorus is fine, but then you've got the verses with the trap beat, and it's like Ariana Grande trying to pull off sexual dominance. I'm sorry, it doesn't work. Also, that bridge is... I don't like it. It's probably the most dated part about the song, actually. The really sad part is that I'm pretty sure if Ariana had gone about it a bit of a different way and actually used a bit more of her pipes, God as a Woman might actually turned out a little better. But as it stands, it's just a pathetic redub of Dangerous Woman. And as a final note, feeling like a dangerous woman and being a dangerous woman are two very different things. Okay? This is not worth wasting thoughts on, but I'm gonna say this now. I did not listen to this all the way through when I first heard it, and I don't plan on going back to it. It sucks, and you want to know who sounds like a more livelier performer in comparison? We are really going there. Okay. I decided to show both of the songs because, quite frankly, I could interchange them at any given time and I'd feel just as bad about it. Let's get started with ZZ. It's partially saved by Travis Scott, giving it more of an atmospheric vibe, which is fine, but Ty Dolla $ign is a non-presence and Kodak Black is frickin' Kodak Black. And I'm gonna say this now, like, even if I knew nothing about what Kodak Black was accused of in his personal life, that doesn't mean I think he's a good performer. It makes me look at him as a more disgusting human being, but again, you can be a disgusting human being and still make good music. Kodak Black is just the worst of both worlds. Travis Scott is, no surprise, actually the best part about the song, and did save it a few points, which is why it's above Mo Bamba. But it was actually a bit of a toss-up which one I considered worse than the other, because then you get to, what was it again? Wake Up in the Sky, with Bruno Mars and Gucci Mane. Now, that song, unlike ZZ, I have not listened to all the way through, but I've got a reason for it. It's because we have this decent retro-style production that Bruno Mars is known for, and Gucci Mane is a non-presence. Kodak Black is awful, and Bruno Mars is a disappointment, which, like I said, you can interchange them either way. I don't care which one gets which spot. But, yeah. I think the only real debate I had for this video was if Drip Too Hard by Little Gunna and Little Gunna. Look at me getting them mixed up, but they might as well be. If Drip Too Hard by Little Baby featuring Gunna, or Little Baby and Gunna, I really don't care, would go below or above Kodak Black. And I'm just gonna say it now. I don't care. I don't care about this song. It's pure garbage. I don't remember it, but here's the thing. Kodak Black is more annoying type of garbage, so that's why he's below. And as for this song in particular, it's forgettable trash that I've commonly put popular trap music into nowadays. I got this friend in New York City who swears that actual trap music is good outside of the popular radar, but this kind of stuff does not make me anxious to go looking for it. Sorry. I still hate that it stole the beat to Shape of My Heart by Sting, but I will take a decent and memorable beat over frickin' something forgettable. At the very least, I can say this. Juice wrld actually tried making his song about something. Why was this number one? Someone explain to me why that happened. Oh wait, that's right. No standards. That's been the theme of 2018. My thoughts have not changed, and yeah. The only bad song on this list, and that's only because I think the beat is a little bit more tolerable than on God Is a Woman. It is still a forgettable song, and I don't think it has near enough to even make it worth remembering. It's definitely not worth putting at number one, and that's exactly where it made it to this week. I don't get it. I didn't think I'd see Halsey in the Met tier anytime soon, but hey, here she is. It's like, I get what she's trying to do, but at the same time, there's really nothing here for me to grab onto, for me to even care. And, yeah, I guess her performance is alright, so pass, kinda, I don't know, I don't care. Now, this is where things seem to come in this weird mix where meh is all I can really say. And yet, weirdly enough, I actually have more to say about it. Ozuna sucks. Big shocker. I'm not a fan of the drop. Cardi B, still great as always. Selena Gomez, a little bit of a mixed bag. Production outside of the drop, I kinda think is good. Like I said, mixed bag of a song with a very mixed result. I don't remember it or go back to it, but hey, it is what it is. I would have stuck this in the Met tier too, but I remember Bastille a lot more than I do, say, something like Ozuna, so there's that. And I appreciate the attempt at making something, you know, a bit more heartfelt and human, I want to say. The bar is set very, very low in 2018. Unfortunately, the drop suffers quite a bit. It actually reminds me of New Rules by Dua Lipa, but here's the thing. It works with New Rules because we've got a good vocal presence who is carrying, you know, the tune, whose personality shines through. And the lead singer of Bastille's just doesn't. Sorry. It's a shrinker. It really, really is. I still think the beat is fine, but ever since Todd in the Shadows reviewed it, I can't ignore some of the things he pointed out about it, so yeah, lost some points. Still catchy, still one of the better cuts from Beer Bongs and Bentleys, which, yeah, I finally listened to. Close. Very, very close. I almost called this good. Bad Bunny can be a very hit or miss kind of performer. I think he has a little too much time on the mic here, but I actually kind of enjoy Drake. So, props. And according to my friends in Latin and South America, this beat is actually pretty good for being reggaeton, so yeah. I think I want to like this a lot more than I do. I like Khalid, I like Normani, but I don't think they have much of any chemistry. Rest of the song, absolutely perfect. I really don't get what Spectrum Pulse's problem is with sicko mode. I mean, I could think of a few songs off of Astroworld that I considered worse than this one. But here's the thing about Travis Scott. When it came to Drake and Is Not Trying, at the very least he got to a beat that actually set up that mood to where you're supposed to be half asleep. And I would argue it tries a lot more than most of Drake's beats this year. And when Travis is on the mic, I like him a fair bit, so well done. We got 4 songs in the great tier, and one of them is from 5 Seconds of Summer. I enjoyed this a lot, actually. It probably would have been number 2, if not for Sean Faye Wolf pointing out the comparison between it and frickin' Feel Invincible by Skillet. And while I'm on the subject of that, Sean, expect an episode of Back to Way Back soon, okay? I intend on covering that again. Surprisingly solid. I didn't expect any chemistry between Khalid and Halsey, but hey, they got something great out of it, and I do like this kind of song from the both of them. I will say this though, the music video was kind of weird to sit through. Just putting it out there. This is a redub of Boot Up, but I like it a lot more than Boot Up. It's a little more tense. It dips a bit more into territory that I like, and that tension works to the song's advantage. LMA, of course, she sounds beautiful, and I can go back to this any day. I'm glad she's getting mainstream success. Like, this is beautiful. Funny I should mention Believer at the beginning of this video, like, I'm not really sure how to explain myself. I hated Believer, and this is so obviously a redub of it. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but it's got a good chance of making a certain list at the end of the year. But I will be that person to argue that Natural is the better of the 2 songs. I think Believer is a pile of nothing, whereas this actually tried to grow into being something a lot more personal to the band, even if it sounds so much like Believer. I don't want to say too much more because I kind of want to save it for the video I mentioned, so yeah, end of top 20 ranked. So, fall season, well, if I can say anything about the fall season, it's that, weirdly enough, my personal ranking when I did a collaboration with Sicko BOT1, aka Sharon now, my personal top 20 was ranked at 39 out of 100, which counts as wretched in my world. However, this top 20 I ranked at a whopping 42 out of 100. That's below average. So, step up. And there we go. That's the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for joining me back in my music den. I hope to be back to you in a much more formal setting very, very soon. Next up is my collaboration with Mr. 96, and then the worst hits of the year. See you then. Bye! I never said that this would